I am joined by Shan B Pod.
What's up?
What's good? I appreciate you making time. I just wanted to have a conversation with someone about football, family, and faith. Is that all?
Um,
Uh-oh. Hold on. Who's your football team?
I don't care about football, but
Okay.
the players do look nice.
I mean, I don't like the WNBA. So I get that women like men's sports leagues. I think the women look better in the WNBA, some of them, than they used to. But I don't even like watching them just because they look good. Their sport needs to step it up. I just can't stand it. So my question is, it's looks, right? You don't really care about how they
It's
perform.
not even that. It's like I don't understand the game. I don't care about the game. I think it's stupid that it's called football and they're using their hands. Um, and as far as like the players, they don't get to play how they used to get to play. It's all these rules and uh
Yes.
you get this penalty is $20,000. Like it's not even fun no more. They look nice in their
Eh,
outfits. That's about it.
You should. I know you saw my boys last night. They was looking nice, and boys look sweet. Steelers. Alex Highsmith took the ball and scored. T.J. Watt took the ball and scored, and we actually put our foot on the ball. It was a great game. With that being said, um, I really mean that about the WNBA. I can't stand them. Like they look better, but they don't even play hard enough. So I'm jealous. I'm glad
Uh,
that you enjoy it.
I have friends that play in that. I, I can't sit here and tell you I watched a full basketball game.
I hooked up with a girl that played WNBA. Right?
Yeah.
It's not. I don't. I feel so bad for him because I really want it to be a big thing, and I was going hard for it for a long time. But
Mhm.
it's just not the same, and they're not. It's no disrespect to women. The strength of a woman is not seen through sport like it is for men. But I just wanted to get a little traction on that because I've been feeling that for a while, and I feel really bad because I'm not trying to hate on their jobs or what they do. It's just not the same, and it's not entertaining, and it makes me feel confused. With that being said, um, faith. Everybody, in theory, should have a different faith, even if we're of a common faith. Everyone's relationship with whatever they decide is their spiritual.
You mean a different faith?
Well, everyone, I think that there are individual faiths. I think that you have Abrahamic religions, but there's people that are agnostic. I consider that a faith. Um,
This is my thing. I don't. I've never cared what somebody's faith is.
mhm.
Um, as long as you respect people's boundaries.
Amen.
What I find irritation in is people who feel like they have to tell someone why what they feel and believe is wrong to make what they feel and believe feel right for everybody. You're crossing a boundary. Now, if someone comes to you and says, "I want to learn about your faith and
Right.
understand it better," cool. But I don't like the approach of you didn't come to my church, but I'm going to come to your driveway and tell you why your faith is completely incorrect. Who are you?
I saw some Jehovah's Witnesses this week, and it shocked me because I'd be scared to do the job. But who are they? I mean, I think that's the major piece of all religions, most religions, productive religions, thriving religions, and surviving religions, is you have to get converts. Like it's gang banging, ain't it? Eternal gang banging.
Period.
So I'm gonna need some bodies. I
Just
mean, I
just,
ain't gonna be in
just
this
like
alone.
if just like if the KKK came on my lawn and said, "I'm gonna burn this right here because I believe you shouldn't be here." What you believe is fine. You crossing my property is a problem.
I agree with that so much, but like, man, what about this? What about the state infringing upon religions? Because that's what happens now. Because what you just said.
And that's a whole contradiction saying oh, there's a separation between church and state. There has never been a separation between church and state.
Never.
Just change some words to sound lawful instead of faithful, if that makes sense. Because y'all still swearing on the Bible.
In God we trust.
It's on the money.
Mhm.
It's
And
all intertwined.
there is, I'm going to butcher this quote, but I think it's essentially, there's no God in the state. There's no state in God, but there's plenty of God in the state.
Mm.
Because God is infinite and the state is finite. So that's all the power you need. If you can leech power from whoever eternity is, you're unstoppable on this plane. And I think that we have institutions that prove that. Even our military industrial complex, they're sworn in. Law, they're sworn in. And then the Hippocratic oath that doctors use to do no harm, they're playing God. That's what. So I definitely think that they are intertwined, and essentially our society has to get holy. We got to stop trying to give it to the state and to God to a certain extent and give it to the people. People have to take it upon themselves to do the right thing, to be moral, to be righteous, and all the things that we're wanting and all the faith that we put in God, which I put lots of faith in God, would actually come through the state. But it doesn't work like that because man can't hold power like God holds power.
That's if you believe there is a God and if you believe God has power.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna knock somebody because they don't believe, because that's an internal, personal work that you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe in God, I'm not gonna knock you either. But where we gonna have a problem is where you cross boundaries of feeling like what you believe you have to touch, change, or make me feel a way because of what you believe.
Right. My convictions have to be your feelings.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. But I thought about it when I was talking to you because I talked to my boy Doug yesterday and he brought an interesting point to me. This is a guy from church. He was talking about how people are being sued for religious convictions by minority communities. Case in point, LGBTQ community suing religious community on how they make them feel and the message of condemnation. Um, I mean, to go on that, talking about the state infringing on God, the Canadian government takes away the church's ability to talk about eternal damnation and the, dark parts of the Bible, the hard hitting parts of the Bible. And I think that that's where we're going wrong for all religions. Even the Torah and the Quran describe hell differently. The Quran describes hell very violently, and I don't think that they should lose their rights because it differs from any religion or upsets people.
You know what I have a problem with? I have a problem with society now saying, I'm mad at you. I want you to pay a fee because you made me feel this.
Yes. It's crazy how that comes about.
Did I do something to you? No. But you made me feel this. And now you have to be honest because you made me feel this. That's insane.
One second. So I walked into my space. But no, I don't think that anybody should have the influence to change someone else's thoughts or feelings. That's just as bad as trying to influence the thoughts or feelings of other people.
I mean, we might as well be communists because that's how people like coming to this world that's strong for what they believe.
So, do you, just to take another turn on the state, do you think the state has the right to take a man's life? Do you think that the state is justified in acting
This
like
is this is my thing. I don't believe in state laws. I believe in federal. That's it. This country should have a say on all states in this country. If you don't want federal to have a say so on what you do in any state, you need to move to a different country. State laws is just a loophole for people to do what they want to do.
yeah,
If I want to marry a 14-year-old, I know I need to move to the Midwest.
or Utah? Yeah,
If I want to avoid paying these taxes, I know I need to move to the state. Like it's just a way to get through what you don't like.
I think that the imbalance of federalism that you're talking about is why we have horrible and corrupt laws, and now I don't think women really know the signal if abortions are even legal anymore. I think that that's the problem with that imbalance you're talking about. When there's confusion, and I guess we have states trying to override that higher level, I think that's when our morals get messed up. And that's, yeah, that's exactly why I asked you that. Because it leads to all that
You
perverse
be in the
stuff.
middle of a session and be like, I want to do this. Well, let me Google what my options are in this state. What state you're in? Okay.
But in that people's experience when they move to like Florida or
Yeah.
when they leave California, like,
Yeah.
so I think that we are headed to, we have to head to a point to where we're getting moral, we're getting righteous, or we can agree on what the moral code is. It has to come. Because we've had the last 3 years of vitriol. When was George Floyd? Was that 2019?
What?
George Floyd? It's like 2019.
Yeah,
That's
29.
when it all changed. The whole world changed with George Floyd. I couldn't
I
believe
don't
it.
think it changed. I
It
think
changed.
I
And then
think
that pandemic came afterwards. People were so confused because they went from decades of not feeling, not acknowledging, right? And then we got too sensitive because we went too far down the rabbit hole. And then the COVID lockdown got old after a year. And
no,
now people live
this
in
is
this
what I
false.
think the biggest change was people being able to pause in their lifestyle and realize where they spending their time and did the money make sense anyway. And then when people could slowly get back to work, it was a whole bunch of people saying, I'm better unemployed because I'm making more money. I'm wasting more time at a job and not being able to see my family and realize who I'm married to, and I'm making more money and spending more time on unemployment. I don't want to go back to that job.
Exactly. It was the wake up. Everybody got to the point where they saw their reality, they challenged it, and I think a lot of people got further with that challenge than they had gotten in decades.
Yeah.
That's why we're so confused. Um, I remember the PPP loans. You had unemployment scams. You
Yeah.
had the shutdown and the controversy of work from home. It was
Yeah.
just a lot.
Yeah.
With that being said, I appreciate you so much. I just wanted to touch on a couple of those things, and I know you are always being innovative. Um, you just have a genius about you. What new products you got this week? I know you're doing something different this week.
I'm updating She Gets It Pod and updating Cozy Room because I'm about to change into a new season next month. But that's about it. Updating the shops. The other podcasts are still in the regular schedule. But
Y'all got to listen to them. And don't you have a YouTube as well?
yeah, but I haven't done anything on there that's new yet. But yes, it's on there.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. I'm about to try to get like you as best I can.
Right.
The next one. Peace.